go, Tyler. Let's run it back. Newt the props here on the NTH Sports Pick YouTube channel. He's Tyler. I'm Holden. How'd we do last week, Tyler?
We did really good. I think I put up our only loss, and that was Hunter Henry. And I think we'd have won it if he didn't drop that ball early in the game because Drake made use his tight ends that game. Just so happened to be Austin Hooper. So Hunter Henry hasn't dropped that early ball for us. I think we get a clean sweep.
Yeah, Troy Franklin went off last week. I'm not as comfortable with him this week, but he went off last week, and then Baker Mayfield took care of business. So it was a very good week number 2 and week number 3. It is time to go. I don't know what Amazing Rob means by this. Oh, undefeated. Ha, 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 ha. Okay, 5-1. We went 5-1 last week. We're now in the black for the season after 2 weeks. Ray Davis or Ty Johnson tonight. Fathead, I don't know what you're saying here. Like a prop or fantasy? I'm not sure. So you got to let me know.
Year one, Ray Davis.
Ray Davis?
Yeah, Ty Johnson's the pass catching third down back in a trailing script. Holden, you think they're trailing tonight?
I don't know. It's the NFL, dude.
One's a trailing running back. The other one's the lead running back when the starter needs a break.
Yeah. We just didn't see Ray last week, but we'll be on him. Jason Graham. What up, Jason Graham? What up, Jay Graham? Hope everybody's having a wonderful day. So here we go. Let's get into our first bet. We're not going to mess around, except for one more thing. Smash the like button, subscribe to our new channel, not the old channel. Go to our new YouTube channel. We got exclusive content over there. We got all of our stuff is moving over to NTH Sports Picks on YouTube. NTH Sports Picks. So you have a bet for tonight. I got a bet for tonight, but let's start with your bet for tonight. Tupac Shakur.
Yeah, I mean, great matchup. He crushes this matchup every time he plays it. 3 out of his last 3, he's won up over this 40. It was 40 when I bet it a few days ago. It's 42.5. I still like it. I think he's clearing 50. I'd even take the 50 plus. He's cleared 50 in his last 3 matchups, and one of those 3 matchups he's went for 100. The slot cornerback from Miami is non-existent. Yeah, they probably run the ball a lot in this game, but they're still going to move it through the air in the beginning of this game and probably into the third quarter. And that's 40 yards. He can break one big one and have that yardage for us. So I like Khalil Shakir right around 4. I would play him up to about 44.5 is what I'd play him up to. But I think he's in a prime spot to have a big game.
Did you already hit it or are you waiting live?
What was that?
Did you already hit it or are you waiting live?
I bet it already. I bet it Monday night when we were on that show.
Boy. Yeah. I mean, I tailed you on this. I think it's going to be a little bit of a sweat, but I tailed you on this. I think it's a good look there. So my buddy, a Bills fan, spam texted me nine times about Keon Coleman laddering 4 to 6 receptions. Okay. Tonight, everybody's saying, the Bills are going to beat the hell out of them. It looks that way on paper, but it's the NFL, buddy. Crazy things already happen. I try not to go into a game, saying this team's going to blow out. This is an easy win. This is going to be a blowout because we just seen too many times where weird stuff happens in the NFL. But do you ask me to pick a side? That thing's up to 11.5 now, Tyler.
They're going to be up by a comfortable 17, 90% of this game, and then win the game by 10.
Well, then we need to bet Ray Davis.
Yeah.
I mean, it's as simple as that. If that's the way you think it is, then we got to bet.
I think that they could sit up in this game like 24-10. They're up 14. And then, late in the game, Miami scores a touchdown. Buffalo doesn't care because they don't care about point differential. They just want the win. Yeah. And Miami covers late and gets everyone that thought Buffalo was just going to steamroll them.
Davis, by the way, I see a 20.5 on him.
That's not bad.
365, a 22.5 at Rivers, 25.5 MGM, 26.5 DK. I mean, you can get all over the place. But I don't have 365 at 20.5. I think it's a bet, but I also think it's a better bet live because we're going to see a lot of James Cook early. So to me, if we're betting Ray Davis, we're not betting him at his current number.
No, maybe wait, maybe get a better number. I think the only way I'd bet him right now is maybe take the shot on the touchdown. It's around 4-1.
So I'm going to give you my bet, and I put it out on YouTube with the short earlier in the week. Tua has interception problems against the Bills. Tua is an absolute disaster right now. There are people in the organization saying the guy's broken. He lost his confidence after 2 games. I don't know if his confidence is broken or not, but I do have a pretty good feeling that he's going to throw a pick this week or tonight. And then James Cook, what would you set the line on James Cook if you had?
In the 70s.
Okay.
I know where you're going with this. I see where it was set at.
Yeah, Cook at 50 plus and a Tua pick. It was plus 120 on Hard Rock earlier in the week. I typed it in. I got a plus 106 at DraftKings. I think that's about as low as I would go. I'd want plus money on this, but a Tua pick and a Cook 50 plus yard rushing at plus 120. If you have Hard Rock, I would go to Hard Rock and see if you can make that bet. FanDuel won't even let you make the bet.
Yeah, so, FanDuel doesn't even let you parlay interception.
What is their problem?
I don't know. You notice they don't have live interception props either?
No.
They used to have them.
No. Boy, was that fun the other night. How many Geno interceptions did you get in on?
I got in on 2 of them. I got in on the last 2.
We had the pre-flop that hit immediately. We had the 2 that we hit in the middle of the game, and we had the 3 at the end of the game at 7-1. That was fun, man. That was one of the best. That was one of the best nights I've had live betting that there is. When you're hitting 3 consecutive interception props on Geno Smith, give it to me, baby. Now, a guy that was kind of like Geno Smith, turned the ball over a lot, but he's getting a start. Carson Wentz, first player in league history to start for 6 different teams in 6 consecutive seasons. And I think that you like Carson of the Vikings this week.
Yeah, I mean, 203 on a gunslinging quarterback who's coming into play for Kevin O'Connell. And you can argue that he's going to spark the offense because J.J. McCarthy looked like an absolute trash can and couldn't throw it to the left side of the field. Carson Wentz knows he's just going out there this isn't his job. Like, he's just out there to have fun. He's in the same role Flacco is in a Kevin O'Connell offense with Justin Jefferson, who's been starved for 2 weeks, and a bunch of other weapons against the Cincinnati defense. 203.5 is way too low, Holden. Give me the over 203.5, and I will alt this thing up. 250's around 3-1. 300's around 9-1. I'm going all the way up to 300 because we've seen guys like Josh Dobbs. What was the other guy? Nick Mullins throw for 400 in this Kevin O'Connell system. They're inside the dome. We don't have to worry about weather. I think Wentz has a big day.
Well, if you think he has a big day, then you got to go after Justin Jefferson because that's the only way he's having a big day.
Yeah, you can go after Jefferson too, but I will be on Wentz props also.
Okay, there's one other guy from that Bengals-Vikings game I wanted to talk to you about. That's Jordan Mason, and he is now the bell cow. Aaron Jones is Dunsky, at least for a little while. He's on IR. Here's a guy in Mason that got 9 and 15 carries. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw Mason get between 18 and 20 this week. He had 68 on 15 carries against Chicago in that negative game script 2 weeks ago. Last week, I get it. You can look at all the numbers you want. I don't pick on the Atlanta run defense. I just don't do it. And they've shut down a couple of good running backs early in the season. Now, the projections on Mason are right around 76.5 yards. And then you look at his prop, 73.5. Could Jordan Mason have a really big game with Wentz under center? Maybe they want to go run heavy a little bit, especially early on in the game. Could you see Jordan Mason taking care of business?
I mean, he could, but I think that they're going to let Wentz just kind of throw this ball and get the weapons more involved. And if Darrisaw's back, the pass protection is going to be big. He was a full participant in practice today. So this could look like a completely different offense if he's back on that O-line. Wentz might be standing back every 3 seconds of time to throw the ball. So I think it's going to be through the air. I think Jefferson has his big day. I mean, Mason could go over his number. He's going to get all the carries. There's not going to be another running back that touches that ball for them. And if he does, he's going to touch it once or twice, and that's it.
So here's something. Who has the better game, Browning or Wentz? Browning, if you'll remember, he faced the Vikings who cut him, and he was pissed off. And he went out and threw for over 300 yards in that matchup. If you want to go down narrative street, sure, you can go with Browning. It's not a big number. They're at home. It's 233.5 over at Bet Rivers. Now, this thing opened at 231.5, though, and I'm seeing the rest of the business at 239.5. So a lot of people have been on Browning this week. It would not shock me to see him go over, but I'm not going to give away the bet on a free show. We're already targeting the Cincinnati passing game in this. So as it stands right now, since I'm already invested somewhere in that passing game, I'm not going to go with Browning. But Browning could easily go over his number.
I think Jared hit it right on the head with that comment.
What?
I think Browning is the more talented quarterback in current state, but Flores in that defense is going to get after him, while Wentz should have a field day and our guy Yellow right below it. A dog shit offensive line will do that to a quarterback. They just got their franchise quarterback taken out for the entire year, and Flores is one of the heaviest blitzing defenses. Browning threw 3 interceptions last week that looks like he closed his eyes and just threw it down the field. There wasn't a receiver in sight. Now they're going to send pressure his way. I think it's Wentz over Browning.
By the way, I'm just scrolling through here, and we taped this on Thursday, so things could change. I'm not seeing really any bad weather games. Just a little bit of rain in Seattle. We don't worry about that. A little bit of rain in Chicago. We don't worry about that. It's not going to, the winds are between 8 and 10 miles an hour. We don't worry about that either. And then for tonight's game, you've got Buffalo and the Dolphins, upper 60s, 5 mile an hour winds. That's a pretty nice temperature. All right, couple things. Smash the like button, especially if you're on the NTH Picks YouTube channel. Don't bother with the old one anymore. Get over here. And we're giving you 1 free week, 40% off your first payment on a monthly plan. Yes, Maddie, a monthly plan only with the code NFL40. Go to nukethehouse.com/pricing. Sign up for a monthly plan, 1 free week, 40% off your first payment. Absolutely love it. Okay, pal. We got your second one in there. Let's go on the collaboration pick this week. I'm going to read off some Rome Odunze. He has top 10 separation rate in the NFL. Dallas pass defense gets absolutely shredded. I mean, Russell Wilson did it to him last week. Top 10 first read rate, 37.5%. Dallas not getting any pressure on the quarterback. Tons of busted coverage. Again, it's against the zone, and Odunze is usually a little better against man. But this Dallas defense is a debacle, and now they're getting no pass rush whatsoever without Micah Parsons. I'm with you, buddy. Odunze over 60.5 at FanDuel. Why'd you bet it?
I mean, he's the most targeted receiver in their offense. They said he was going to be wide receiver 1, and the numbers reflect it.
Yeah.
He outsnapped DJ Moore by 8. He ran more routes by 2, and he had 4 more targets. He just seems to be the better wide receiver for Caleb Williams in this offense. He did it against Detroit, and I think he could do it right again here against Dallas. They're missing Bland. He's not coming back. Diggs is the only corner. He can only guard one side of the field, and he really doesn't even cover. He just has to take his chances on interceptions. I think Caleb could have a big day here, too. So I think Rome could easily clear 100 yards again. So 60.5 seems like a gift.
Got this from Fantasy Points. Rome Odunze. So Caleb Williams by target. Everybody but Rome Odunze, 5 yards per attempt, 5.5, and a 34.5 QBR. It's only 2 weeks. But to Rome, it goes from 5.5 yards per attempt to 8.8 yards per attempt and a 98.8 QBR. Throw it to the guy that is catching the most balls that you've been most successful with. So I'm with you on Odunze, no doubt about it.
Yep. And starting off 0-2, you got to think that they just want to get in the win column, go to what's working. That's Rome.
Oh, look at our guy here. Yeller's in the house. What up, Yellow? Good to get you back in the site, buddy. Great to see you, pal. Fathead Waddle is playing. Just got the notification. Okay. Yeah, tonight. Waddle has some decent numbers against the Bills, or at least over his last 4 against the Bills.
I wouldn't dare bet Waddle not healthy. It's hard enough betting him when he comes in with a healthy slate because he still leaves the game.
I'm not betting anything
for
the Dolphins tonight. The only guy I'd consider is Achane.
I don't mind Achane's touchdown at plus money. He scored a touchdown in every career game against the Bills.
Receiving yards, reception, rushing receiving yards. Those are things I can get into, but I just decided to back off it. Maybe they have a quick 3 and out. The Bills have a long drive, and then we get a better number on Achane, and we think about betting that. And our live betting team, there's nobody better out there. And we're live tonight, 8 o'clock Eastern time, Thursday Night Football, right here on the NTH Picks YouTube channel. We'll be live betting it. Been very profitable, not just this year, but over the last years, because Keg just smashes, and the boys know how to play it too. I need a touchdown for tonight is what I need. I need a touchdown because here we are again with that jackpot. Yeg got us on Caleb Williams in week 1. And I think I got like a $200-something free bet off a $50 bet because you share that jackpot. I need a little sleeper in the touchdown market tonight.
You need the first touchdown sleeper or the last touchdown sleeper. That's how you get that touchdown jackpot. We have injury news that's coming out right now. Ibuka didn't practice again today. Don't think he's going to play. It's a hip and a groin. And Tucker Kraft went down with a knee injury in practice today.
Ooh, maybe my boy Matthew Golden will finally break out. Nice job by Jordan Love missing him on a
twice
huge touchdown too. Yeah, he
should have been captain in a DFS lineup. He missed him twice.
Yeah, he should have had a 100-yard day. I don't think
bad. I couldn't believe it.
Doubt about it. 100% should have had a 100-yard day. Yeah, I'm just scouring the news too. I'm not seeing too much, but yeah,
that was
just
the only two things I caught.
The Waddle news just came down. So thanks for the heads up in the chat. We appreciate that. On to our next bet. Our Ramondre Stevenson, who had a monster day catching passes last week. If I'm correct, it was 58 yards. All right, here we go. Drake Mays actually looked a little better to start the season. I think we can all agree on that, right? And he's keeping them in games, no doubt about it. Now, everybody that was slobbering over Travion Henderson has kind of had to take a back seat. You know, he hasn't looked as impressive, had a problem holding on to the football as well. But here we go with Stevenson. Right now, it's at Pittsburgh. You're a Pittsburgh guy. So I think it's interesting. You're betting him at 40.5 at FanDuel. This is going to move up after the show. And for people watching a couple of days later, what is the Stevenson bet good up to, or is it only 40.5?
I'd maybe go up to 45. My worry here is I think you might just have to bet them both because you just look at what this defense has looked like through 2 weeks. One of these running backs is going off. They let Breece Hall clear 100. He rushed for like 8 yards a carry. Walker took 13 carries for a $105 last week, 8.1 average. With a bad O-line, this defense is old and slow. I think these guys are going to run all over him. Ramondre got all the carries, so you got to lean towards him. But the young legs of Henderson, he could easily get into space and break one for like 80 yards against this defense. That's my only worry about the Stevenson. But I think one of these running backs goes off, and I'm going to lean towards Stevenson, just breaks tackles, gets downfield. 40.5 seems easy right there.
The optimizer has him at 51.5, so that's not even close.
Yeah.
That's not even close. All right.
What's it got Henderson at?
Oh, I'm going to have to search way down for Henderson. You know what? I don't have to search way down for Henderson. 23.7.
So he's only three yards above his line, I believe, because was he at 20.5?
I'll take 11 over his number. I'll take that with Steven.
Yeah, I would rather take – actually, they have Travion's dead on. And my other one – well, I mean, even last week showed you have to worry about Ramondre in the passing game too. But my big worry would be betting Travion's rushing yards, and he catches the screen for 80 yards.
Yeah, Travion only has 8 carries through 2 games. I think Vrabel just wants to go with the veteran right now.
Yeah.
And then on the other side, in that first game against Vegas, he had 6 for 24 in the passing game, 2 for 30 last week. So maybe the receptions market is where you're going to get the better value or the better number, because let's talk through this. He's at 11.5 minus 10 over at DraftKings for Henderson. And what we're doing is we're relying on the big reception, right?
Yeah.
To get us there. I wonder what his longest
reception. His longest reception would be the way I'd want to approach that maybe. What can we get on that?
His longest reception's 11.5. There's no reason to do that then. Let me see if hold on. Let me go back and say, okay.
So they kind of know. They know.
Henderson. It's 20.5 for Henderson. I was talking about Stevenson. 20.5 for Henderson. And then his longest reception would be 11.5.
For Stevenson?
For Henderson.
Okay. I mean, 11.5 seems short against a weak defense.
For the longest catch?
Yeah. He could easily catch one for like 12. Just a little dump off. He gets into space.
Yeah. I think that's more of a he could easily thing, though, but I'm not so sure.
Yeah, maybe that's a live spot. Let that number get down lower. The game script could help you in that one.
That's something we need to. I'm gonna write that down. So Travion live receptions might be a really good one. And again, we'll be on all day. We have our pregame show. Me and Ramon at 12:30. The boys are live betting the 1 and 4 o'clock slates, and then we'll be live for Sunday Night Football as well.
So just looking at numbers, Henderson actually went down in single running back sets since week 1. He played 20 snaps in single back sets in week 1, and he played 11 this past week. Antonio Gibson came in and played 9.
Interesting.
So I think we just stick with Stevenson. Maybe they're not sold on the rookie as much yet.
My boy Yeg's in the house. What up, Yeager? So it was first and last touchdown for that FanDuel promo or the draft. Yeah, FanDuel promo. He gave us the Caleb Williams first touchdown. So that's what it was for. Okay. Smash the like button. That'd be great. Subscribe to our new YouTube channel, NTH Sports Picks. NTH Sports Picks. We're getting rid of the old one, guys. We're not doing as much stuff over there. So you gave Ramondre Steve. I got one for you. So I'm listening. I listen to press conferences. I'm a dork that way. It's part narrative street and it's part talent. Trevor Lawrence, he's like, Brian Thomas Jr. is going to get his, man. He's going to get me the ball. I threw it to him 12 times last week, and he only caught 4. He didn't say he only caught 4, but he said he threw it 12 times last week. So the Jags are actually 9th in pass rate over expectation. They're throwing more than they did last year. They got Lime Cohen there, right? Now, you could be worried about Stingley, who's one of the top corners in the league with the Texans, but Thomas took care of business last year. I think Brian Thomas Jr. gets it going this week. It's taken him just a little while. I still think the guy is primo, one of the top talents in the National Football League, and you could still get in at 62.5 on Brian Thomas Jr. So that'll be my, I guess, third pick because I kind of went in with a collaboration with you on a Dunze. But I think Brian Thomas, not only does he get there this week, he will be a ladder. He will be a ladder consideration. That's what I'll say about that. And I get it. Yeah, you heard something about Thomas's wrist being banged up. Upper body injuries do not worry me that much. It's the lower body injuries that the data shows that you need to be worried about. With the wide receivers, he's going to be fine, man. He's going to be fine. Now, I need an honest breakdown from you. I already bet this thing. What's your honest breakdown about Brian Thomas Jr.?
I would much rather wait and bet it live. I mean, I see where you're coming from. The numbers low. You can get the alt at nice plus money. I'd rather just go in on like a live 70 or live 80 somewhere. But once I see he's actually showing life in the game.
Yeah.
Because he just looks like he doesn't want to be out there. Lawrence looks bad. Not even just Stingley I'm worried about. Their O-line versus that pass rush for Houston is going to be a huge problem. Lawrence is going to be under duress all game. He might just look terrible to where he can't even get the ball to Brian Thomas. So that's my only worry is the defense kind of stifles him and he just can't get the ball downfield. And one quarter of that, he just kind of shuts down again. And now you're looking at what you were looking at last week.
Yeah, I feel good about this. I'm going with it. I'm going down. Even Cohen came out this week and said, we need to get this guy the ball. Yeah. They had a dozen targets last week. A dozen. They throw him 12 balls again this week. He's going over this. I don't think we get his number at 62.5 again this season. I think this is where the breakout is. Houston again. Stingley's a badass, but it's not like he's going to be shadowing Brian Thomas. Thomas over 62.5 minus 14 at FanDuel is where that number.
Jared's also got a very, very good point. Thomas does not want to be going across the middle. He wants to be going downfield.
Do you know why?
Because he's going to die.
Dude, he got killed in that preseason game against the Steelers. Remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's great. Let him run out. Let him run just right down the field.
Yeah.
Just let him go. Catch one of them, go over your 60, whatever and a half, and you'll get it. I really feel good about that play. Okay.
Now, just to pivot to another wide receiver that hasn't really seen the ball to start the year.
Okay.
What do you think Marvin Harrison does week 3? His name's all through the headlines. We've seen this his rookie year where they were like, he's not getting the ball. And then he responded with 100 yards. And
you know what they did? They said last year, they kept saying, oh, we got to get the kid the ball, get the kid. They didn't for like 5 weeks. Every week they keep saying they got to get him. I like McBride again. I don't love the number. It went up a couple, like 63.5 now. So I don't love the number, but there's no way in hell you're getting me to invest in Marvin Harrison Jr. this week. Now, somebody could cut this when he goes for 120. Yeah, go for it.
The only way I'd invest in would probably be touchdown at about 2-1 on a wide receiver 1. I don't hate that.
I don't hate it either. I think McBride is the guy that's going to get in the end zone too. I'm more of a McBride guy, but I get where you're going with Marvin Harrison Jr. All right, here's my next one and my last one. Okay. Whew, it's a high number, but this guy is 8th in the league in first read targets. This guy is leading the league in receptions. Can you guess yet?
Puka.
6.5 receptions, basically even money, minus 105. Now you could say to yourself, 6.5 receptions. That's a really high number on Puka Nacua. You know what? It's high, but seeing him get 7 catches this week against the Eagles in that game. By the way, one of the sharpest dudes that I know, the only guy I tail on sides and totals, this guy, Chris Raybon, who I actually helped get into business. Love the kid. He's with Action Network. He actually likes the Rams to cover this week. They ain't covering unless Puka Nacua has a big game. You can try to stop this dude. You're not going to stop this dude. And you can go for the 80 yards. I think that's fine too. But 6.5 receptions, and now it's at minus 102 at FanDuel. So it actually went from plus 107 to minus 105, and now minus 102. You can actually get a better number than me. Puka over 6.5, minus 102 against the Eagles. That's my play.
I don't hate it.
But
are either of those linemen coming back this week?
I don't even care.
I do.
Why? Stafford gets the ball out quick,
Did you watch the game again? Yeah, but that was against the Titans, and they were still in the backfield. This is a different animal.
Yeah, this is more of a Puka play. I don't care how much pressure they're getting on Stafford. He just has to look at Puka Nacua. Now, Devontae Adams has the most end zone targets in the league. So if you want to go with a touchdown, maybe you go from Puka over to Devontae. But I think Puka's just in another spot where 7 catches. We're going to be up to 7.5 before long, which then I would start thinking about whether I want to bet it. But Puka's going to be involved, buddy. Puka's my guy.
Puka's definitely going to be involved. I kind of lean towards the Rams in this game. I just don't know what it's going to look like. And the offensive line being banged up really worries me. I still see, what is this? They still have a guard who did not practice Wednesday, Steven Avila, and they also have a DN, Brandon Fisk, who's big on their defense, didn't practice with an oblique injury. So they could be missing an edge rusher and 2 guards.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot.
Mm-hmm. So no to Puka for you.
I probably.
All right, I'm on Puka over 6.5, close to even money. Let's go, Puka. You got anything else?
I got a game special for you.
Oh,
6-1.
Spicy. Let's hear it. What do we got?
I mean, I was scrolling through looking at rushing yards props, and I said, who's playing Carolina this week? I scrolled down, seen Bijan set around 80. And then I just so happened to look right below him, and I said, they have Algier set at 50. I said, that seems really high for a running back that's RB2. When the guy in front of him is probably going to get like 15 carries. Then I thought about it. Do I really want to fade the RB2 against one of the worst defenses that they could just run up the score and he could get those carries? Probably not. So I went to game specials. Bijan and Algier to combine for 200 rushing yards at 6-1. When Bijan could get you 120 of those by himself, or maybe even 150 of them, yeah, I'll take a shot on that 6-1 on them too to combine for 200 rushing yards. Bijan. Their pass game has been absolutely dreadful too. So I like Atlanta to rush for 200 plus through the running backs.
Why aren't we betting Bijan's number at 79.5?
Worry you they can get the yards through the passing game too, though.
I mean, we were on his receptions last week.
Let me get that pulled up real quick.
So his receptions right now is 3.5, and they keep setting it at 3.5, right? His receiving yards is 24.5. He's just gonna run like a mofo.
He ran for 170 yards the last time he played him.
Yeah, last year in that one game he played him, 170, and before that it was 15 for 95.
Did Algier get us 30 yards in this game? He got us 52. Yeah, give me that 6-1.
Hold on, what? What are we betting then?
The 6-1 on the two running backs, Bijan and Algier, to combine for 200 rushing yards at 6-1. The last game they played against this team, Bijan ran for 170 and Algier ran for 52. That clears that 200.
Algier's kind of a badass too. If Algier was anywhere else, I feel like he could be a starting running back at a lot of places.
Yeah.
He's a pretty damn good runner. Let me go see what they got him projected for. Oh, Tyler Algier. We're really going here with 200 yards. He's got 36.
All right. Well, here's another one. Just to back this up a little bit more, Holden. The last time they both played him. Yeah, Bijan ran for 95, but Algier helped you with 105 to get you to 200.
I'm betting it. I'm in. You sold me. Bijan, Algier at 6-1 to combine for 200 plus rushing yards under Falcons Panthers game special.
Game specials, just go to the rushing tab all the way at the bottom.
All right. My favorite bet of the week would be tonight's game with Tua and Cook. Tua pick, Cook 50 plus rushing yards. The second favorite would be Odunze. What's your favorite pick of the week?
My favorite pick of the week, I'm going to go with the Odunze one and the Stevenson. And I got to just talk about that game special a little bit more. That's got to be somewhere.
All right, let's bring it. Bring it on.
6-1, Bijan and Algier combined for 200 plus rushing yards.
It's a sexy pick, and it's 6-1.
And they've done it twice in a row
against the Panthers,
the worst defense in the league.
The worst defense in the league. So what do we need out of Bijan? We need Bijan to go well over 100.
Do we? He had 95 in one of these games. They got over it.
Oh,
we just need someone to break a big one.
All right.
All we want to see is Red Zone Sunday flash to the Atlanta game.
Yeah.
They're on like the 5-yard line. They hand the ball off to Bijan, and there he goes.
I don't even remember the last time I watched Red Zone. It's been years. Honestly, I have no idea when I watched Red Zone the last time.
I always put it on the screen.
You just like it. It's good time.
It's nice to have on the screen so I can glance over and see what's going on other games that I don't have on.
So I'm going under. I have to go to the game to get this, right? Game specials.
Yeah, game specials.
And then popular rushing. We got to go to rushing. And then at 6-1, we've got. Wow. All right. I'm in, buddy.
Let's do it.
Let's go. Quarter unit. Bijan and Tyler Algier. 200 plus rushing yards. 6-1. The bet is in. Again, Thursday night football, 8:00 Eastern. Keg, the boys, myself will be live betting this one. Sunday, 12:30 pregame with me and Ramon breaking down the line movement, what he's on. And then we'll be live 1:00, 4:00 slates, and Sunday night football and Monday night football as well. We get the Ravens and the Lions playing this week. How awesome is that?
Lamar smash spot.
Woo! Who smash spot?
Lamar on the ground. Yards.
Yeah. I see that. Is Matt making an appearance tonight? It's up to Matt. Matt doesn't have to do it. Matt does enough stuff during the day, but if he wants to hop on, of course. He had a pretty good night. He had a damn good night the other night as well. And then last but not least, if you want to get in, you're not a member yet, give you a special deal. Price is going up in about a week and a half on a monthly plan. If you use the code NFL40, you'll get 1 free week from us and 40% off that payment. So what is that? That comes out to a little over $30 plus you get the free week. So You're getting a really, really good deal. A really good deal. So that's it. Yeah, Matt says there's too many people on there. That's how I feel about going on the 1 and the 4 o'clock games. It's just like Keg, he's got his boys. Let him run. I'll do the island shows and we'll have a good time. All right, buddy. Great stuff. Appreciate it. Smash the like button on the way out. Great to see everybody in the chat today. We do appreciate your support. Let's have another big game this week, another big weekend this week, Tyler. We're coming off a great one. We'll try and do it again. Let's nuke these bets.